Yeah.
Welcome back, guys. It's me, your host, Maddie. It's another Tuesday Tips. Just coming at you with a couple of tips for our player characters out there. I'm going to touch on some really easy stuff. Hopefully, you already know it, but if you didn't, one of the big ones I find as a play when I am a player character, the hardest part I always feel like is just developing that character's backstory. And we all know the memes where some players have 3 pages of backstory and about how a character is so powerful and blah blah blah, and he comes in at level 1, which makes no sense. And then some people show up to the table and they have a character sheet, they don't even have a name thought of yet. So sometimes I feel like the most hardest part is making a backstory for your character. But once you kind of get find a little secret, it makes it a whole lot easier. I'm gonna be honest too. You guys might give me some flack for this one, but the secret to this, it can be found in your player's handbook, and it's chapter 4, personality and background, on page 121. It's got the fun little picture right here. But really, with this, um, it's got plenty of ideas for personality traits, ideas, bonds, flaws. I myself, as a dungeon master, I feel like it's very easy to look at this and go, "Well, I don't want my guy to be so generic." Well, I mean, it's not really generic because there's so many options, if that makes any sense. But with this, it just gives you an idea, and you can totally roll if you want a random character, or you can just pick and choose stuff that you like. I mean, honestly, pick and choose whatever you like, unless your dungeon master is specific. If you're playing this class, you're gonna have, or if you're playing this background, you're gonna have this da da da. Dude, pick and choose from any one of these here. These are just good ideas. But that being said, though, when you're picking and choosing, I think the biggest one to look for as a player, and as a DM too, it helps you. But as a player, always pick a bond. I say bond. Have a character's backstory involving, you know, either a family, friends. Maybe they're part of a church. Maybe they're part of an organization bigger than themselves, or just like a local guild. Just have them be a part of something. It doesn't even have to be within its, like a druidic order or a sacred. Have them be a part of something. That way, as you as a player, you can work with your DM. You can figure out what that something you want to be is. You can figure out, oh, well, if I want to become a powerful clerk, maybe I'm, kind of in the clergy, but I haven't gotten it all figured it out yet. Or honestly, just do none of that. You could do absolutely none of that. Do absolutely none of that. Um, it really just depends on how you want to run it. But when I'm running a character, I always try to pick up some kind of bond that involves somebody, something, or someone, because that'll give the DM something to work with. And when you give the DM something to work with, it's a lot of fun because you can say, "Hey, DM, this is my idea. Take it however you want, or could we workshop it together?" And I mean, I would love workshopping with my players. I'm pretty sure your DM would do the same thing, but I just, any sort of background, just make sure that there's always, just a, you can't have, "Oh, I'm an orphan and I'm the only one of my kind," and da 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 da. Okay, great. It's just like that shipwreck fantasy trope. You keep doing it over and over, it's gonna have a family, bro. Because if that character, once that, what's cooler, the guy that's just fighting by himself, or the guy that's like trying to scrape by, and he's a normal human, but he's got a family back at home, and he's sending whatever he can back to his family. What's more painstaking to watch lose? A player that has nothing to lose, or sorry, a character that has nothing to lose, or a character that has stuff to lose. To me, it would be more enjoyable as a dungeon master to kill that player character. When the time comes, I'm sorry, your dad died.
A red dragon ripped him to shreds, and I saw it all. That's how I got this one eye right here.
Boom. Then your friend has a funny story. And then, bam, that kid from the family, he's going to become the next adventurer. But yeah, just always involve them with something because it makes that player, it makes that character bigger, than just a character themselves. They are part of something in the world. They're doing something for a reason in the world. They've got a backbone. That's the big one that matters. Another one as a player, and I mean, unless the obvious like rogue joke comes around, oh, I'm the rogue. This is what my character would do. You understand, right? Yeah, that's great that's what your character would do. There's still going to be consequences to your actions. So if you're not playing like a teammate, you're going to get ripped to shreds if you wander off by yourself. If you're, if you're trying to escape and everyone else is dead, I don't blame you. But if everyone else is trying to fight the boss and you're over there trying to collect the artifacts, or you're not really helping out at all, dude, come on. What are you doing, man? This is a team game, and if you're not really going to be helpful at the table, I bet Billy over there had a second character he could have run that would have been more helpful. And it's just, always try to, not throwing yourself into combat, but as a teammate, always try to help out your other teammates, because that way you guys will survive the dungeon, you'll survive the catacombs, you'll survive the dragon's lair, you'll survive getting into the king's, banquet. I don't run that shit. I run combat all the time. That's all I run. Now, we've had a couple games where it's not combat. Those are really fun too. But yeah, like play like a team. Out of combat, in combat. Play like a team. Play to your strong suits. Big one though, it's not like there's no main hero. There's no main, one hero. Don't have that whole, I'm the main character syndrome, because that can easily get ripped out of there. And also, who wants to be the main character, bro? That's so lame. Like, I'm sorry. Well, it was all because of me. That's how we saved the day. And it wasn't because of my 5 teammates that spent, a good bit of their day getting over here and hanging out with us. It was all me. Thanks, guy. It's like, dude, come on, get out of here. Nobody likes that guy. Nobody likes that guy at all. Always play like a team. Unless everyone's dead or about to die, then get the hell out of there. That's the only way. Grab a couple of gold, stash it up, get the hell out of there. The last one, though, in my personal opinion, as a player, min-maxing, homebrew, blah, blah, blah. As a player, DM, only homebrew if your dungeon master allows it, and keep it within reason, too. Dude, come on. You're going to come in here with your 5 different race type character. Get out of here. I would allow a minimum hybrid, a 2 race, like a half out. That's it. Nothing else. Don't even, no, not gonna hear it. But a min-max character, if you're trying to min-max, there's two things. There's, min-maxing to massive amounts of damage, always passing your checks. I can't kill you as a dungeon master. Or there's min-maxing when you're trying to make your completely useless character not die in combat, which is totally understandable. But I mean, honestly, I couldn't tell you. Because I'm gonna tell you min-max. I grew up on Skyrim, Oblivion. I grew up on the From Software games. Been playing a lot of Elden Ring recently. I'm thinking about streaming it, so you guys check me out. But I mean, it's just, there is something cool about, definitely maxing out your guy's potential. A to B, how badass can we get this character? I totally get that. As a dungeon master, you shouldn't I can't think of the right word. Inhibit? Yeah, you shouldn't inhibit your characters when they're trying to min-max. Just because, honestly, that's how some people play. Some people play as theater kids and they just want to role play the whole time, or they want to talk the whole time. They could care less about making a successful saving roll, while you have the MinMax on the other side. And he's like, I can save any roll, I can hit anything, I even have spell. There's other play styles too, but honestly, if they're gonna MinMax, you just gotta let them MinMax. If it's all rules as written too, you gotta hand it to them as well. That means they read the book. See, if you're min-maxing, that means two things. Number one, you're going to make sure you don't die. Longevity, totally understandable. Number two, you're reading the fucking book, and thank goodness you can fucking read. Oh my gosh. I can't, everyone knows the memes where it's like, oh, but this spell, I can do this. And it's like, that's not how it reads in the book. Well, homebrew it. And it's like, no, read the book, you idiot. Like, I don't care about your homebrew. I don't care. You can't read. You read the book. It's easy. And like, this is a rant too, but even reading the book itself, there's like a couple chapters that would be really good. Other than that, you don't need to read anything else. My girlfriend's back now, so I better run out of here, or else she's gonna come in and beat my ass for recording these oh shit, she's here. I gotta go, guys. I gotta go right now.